Good day, everybody.
Good day, everybody. Welcome to episode 28 of the Good Day podcast, where Maxie and I talk about our adventures down under.
Woo woo!
Yes, we had another week here on the beautiful magnetic island. This has got to be one of the most gorgeous islands, ever.
Yeah.
It's so nice here.
I'm obsessed. It has a magnetic force field that attracts people here because if you talk to any locals, 90% of them, their story is that they came here on a trip and then they just packed up their life and stayed forever.
Yeah. And, I don't know, we went a little bit of the history of the island with Captain Cook saying, his compass was all messed up when he went by it. And there's also, it's like a little bit of a Bermuda Triangle aspect because there's heaps of boat crashes and airplane crashes around World War II that are scattered around the island.
Yeah, a lot of it is due to the compasses or magnetic.
There's a magnetic field
something interferes in these.
In the airways,
Yes.
in the frequencies. But yeah, it's
There's a
definitely
portal
got a
here,
hold of us because
maybe.
this is such a beautiful place.
Yeah, I love it. And it's like the perfect size. The furthest you could drive is like 15 minutes.
Yeah, like one end to the other is 15 minutes.
You know exactly where you're going because there's one main road.
Yeah. And we actually did check out the furthest point called West Point.
Yeah.
Which we hadn't really gone to. It's just like basically a dirt road, self-sustainable community that's like not a part of the rest of the island.
Yes. And yeah, they don't have electricity or town water or anything like that.
And there's rumored to be crocodiles on that end, right?
Yeah. Or maybe, yes.
There's a shark sanctuary and crocodiles, but everywhere else you can.
And when we went down there, it was kind of eerie because there was a fire in the bush.
Yeah.
So it was like very yellow in the sky and in the sunset.
Yeah, they do a bunch of controlled burns here, but yeah, let's get into what we want to talk about this week.
Yeah.
Oh.
We still don't have the cat, so don't get too excited, guys. The cat that ran away is still missing.
Yes, but it's like he comes back sometimes. He doesn't come back inside. He just comes around the property and walks around a little bit, and we leave food out for him, and the food's gone, and we see him here and there, but we really want him to come inside.
Yeah, and he comes around on his own terms. We do not see him every single day.
No.
Which is kind of annoying because we'd like to check in on him daily.
Yeah, that would be nice. But the next in line fat cat.
The second fattest, which is fat cat to us because it's the one that we know is fat cat because it's actually been living with us. We are obsessed with her. Well, I'm obsessed with her.
She is like the best cat ever.
So first off, when we arrived, the homeowner was like, "Oh yeah, you won't see this cat." All the other 3 cats came out to greet us, and I was like, "Where's the 4th cat?" And she's like, "Oh, you won't see her. You won't see her. You'll see her run by here and there to go eat." And she's in love with us.
Yeah, we left the door open to our room, and all 3 cats were chilling in our bed.
Yeah, and so I love her. I didn't know I could love cats like this.
Yeah.
But she's just so fat. It's so fun to pick her up and just squeeze her.
Yeah, and whenever you pick her up and hold her, she doesn't really like to be. She's confused. She doesn't like to be picked up, but she loves it. And then as soon as you put her down, she goes into a full sprint mode and just gets the zoomies and runs around the house. It's so funny.
Yeah, she goes from being all cuddled up, held, to an Olympic sprint.
Yeah.
And she's so fat, so it's funny to watch. But my favorite part about picking her up is her noises she makes. She goes like, ee, She's very squeaky and soft-spoken.
It makes the littlest noises and littlest meows and stuff. It's so funny.
And she's huge.
Yeah, the fat cat is definitely... She's a good one. She's a good cat for sure. The other cats... The oldest one, the 17-year-old... Also, I don't even know the fat cat's name. I just refer it to as the fat cat or Tobinses.
Tobises.
Because the name is something like that.
And Corey is just like his mom, where he calls all these animals the wrong gender. Normally it's calling all the girls he, but then he will call the very few male animals in this house, she. And
Yeah.
that is such a thing that your mom does.
Yeah, she does misgender all animals.
Yeah, you even called the dog, which is like the primary animal here, you called her a he
Yeah.
multiple times.
It's confusing when you have so many animals.
But yeah, this week has been a lot of me working at my new job. Got the keys to the store by shift 8.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Max
I'm
is a
basically, I
boss.
own the store now. It's kind of insane. I didn't get like a pay raise or anything to open and close the store and be a manager. The boss literally
You're
told me
big
I'm
leagues
like a
though.
manager of the store now. But I would appreciate more pay. It's been good. Corey visits me. Well, he drops me off at work and picks me up, which
Yeah.
is great to see him. And sometimes he just stops by randomly. And he went on this big run the other day. Uh,
Yeah, that was a good one.
you can talk about the run, I guess.
Yeah, so there's like two main trail systems on this island. One of them is like to the northeast, and then one of them is right next to the house here. And the main hike where we saw the king or the koalas last time is called the Forts. So I basically ran all the beaches up to the top of the island and then back down to where Maxie works. And yeah, it was a good run. It was definitely nice because it stinks. There's no real mountain biking trails here, and all like the actual trails aren't like you can't really bike on them because if you want to go up them, it's just like basically going up like steps and boulders and stuff. So a good big run. I think it was like 7.5 miles. Follow me on Strava. So yeah, you could see all my workouts and our daily dog walks in the morning. We walk this dog 2 miles every morning. It's a good way to start the day, but
Yeah. But Corey's putting in the hard work running up mountains, basically.
yes, it's fun. I mean, they have great trails here. It's too bad they don't have mountain biking trails, but trail running is about the same as mountain biking, kind of.
Yeah.
No
So
wheels though.
back to him visiting me in the store. So after this run, he was standing there, and some family was buying clothes, and the receipt printed out, and I'm supposed to ask them, "Do you want a copy of the receipt?" It literally says like print customer copy on the screen. So I just point to it and I say, "Do you want a copy?" And the little girl with this family in front of Corey goes, "They have coffee here?"
Oh my
What was
god.
that?
That was like something falling on the roof. I think that was one of the
Palm fronds.
yeah, the palm fronds.
Gotta watch out for those palm trees. So anyways, she said they have coffee here, and then everyone was laughing, and the mom said it's because my accent.
Yes, the American accent. Coffee
Yeah.
sounds like coffee. Want to have a coffee?
They say New Englanders
Say
say
coffee
coffee
weird,
weird,
yeah.
but yeah, Corey got to witness that silliness.
Yeah, but you've had some other funny encounters in the store.
Yeah, Corey actually happened to be at the cafe next door the day before.
I think the day before, and there was like a kid giving like his parents some trouble, like because he didn't want to leave, he wanted to go jet skiing, and like I don't know, he just was sitting in the store, not leaving, and just giving his parents a hard time. And he was like an older kid. He
In the
wasn't like
cafe.
yeah at the cafe, and I was just sitting there doing some work on the laptop. And then I guess it could be the same person that comes right into Maxie's store right next door.
I'm pretty sure because this mom and son said that they were going on a jet ski tour later that day. So the mom grabs a bunch of bathing suits and goes into the changing room, and she leaves me to babysit her kid. She didn't say anything, but Australian parents are very like nonchalant about their
Oh
kids
yeah,
being a little bit
the kids do
wild.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah. So this kid starts touching everything, which is fine. I don't know. I don't really care. But he starts hiding while he's like grabbing things. So I'm like, what is he doing? Like, am I gonna have to put all this stuff back where it came from? And is he ripping off tags and stealing? Like, I don't know. So I started to kind of like walk around the store to get a better glance at him because he was hiding behind this spinning rack that has a bunch of necklaces and bracelets, and he was hiding behind this giant standing rack with a bunch of shoes. And I saw that he kept avoiding me by going further behind. Like, basically, wherever I'd walk, he would go to the exact opposite end of whatever he was hiding behind so that I couldn't see him. But he had his eyes on me, and I knew where he was, but I couldn't get eye contact with him. So I was just like, okay, whatever. going back to my desk area. And then he was still being sketchy, so I started glancing at the cameras behind me because I have a direct view of him via camera. And I saw him on the camera lean over and look at me from like the front desk area. And then he looks behind himself up at the camera and he knows that I'm watching him from the camera and he starts hiding in like the clothing racks.
Just basically playing hide and seek with you.
And he was giggling, and this mom was trying on bathing suits for so long. He was giggling, and I was like getting so frustrated because I love kids, but like this kid was being quite naughty.
Yeah.
And I'm not like being paid to babysit. Like, just not in the job duties. So,
But that's what all Australians like. They don't care what their kids are doing, and
yeah.
he was causing havoc.
Yeah, and he started sprinting throughout the store and hiding in all the racks of clothes and like messing everything up. And I didn't really care, to be honest, but I just wanted the mom to like come out so I didn't have to deal with it. Because I don't like to tell people's kids what to do in front of them, you know? Like, that's a big no-no. So this mom finally comes out to get more bathing suits, and coincidentally he ran like out the front of the store while I know he had a keychain in his hand, so he ran out with the keychain.
Stealing.
So, yeah, but I mean, I don't think he was trying to steal. He was just like was being like an 8 or 9-year-old kid. And then she was looking through the bathing suit racks, and I said to her, because it happened at the same exact moment, I said, "Oh, I think your son just ran out with a keychain in his hand." And she didn't respond for like 5 seconds, and then she kept looking through the bathing suits, and then she just calmly said, "Adam." And coincidentally also, he was running back in as she was saying the name. And
But like
she did not reprimand
basically
him.
whispering it.
Yeah, basically whispering it. Like someone outside the store is not going to hear that. And then she ended up buying it for him later after she picked out her bathing suit, and he still continued to do that when she went back in the changing room and whatever. And then he threw out the tag to his keychain that she bought him just in a random like section of clothing, and then my boss happened to be in there at that moment and was like, "Can you not throw your trash in random parts
You'd
of
be
our
like,
store?"
"Sorry, this isn't the bin."
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, that's not a rubbish bin." But
yeah, your boss is sometimes out of pocket with the customers, but there are crazy people.
yeah, I tell Corey stories every day, and I asked Corey which one should I tell, and he was like, "The little kid that you had to babysit."
Yeah, that was nuts, but
I have more where that came from, but
it's
for the
just
most
so
part, it's big.
like working with the public is like such a crazy thing because everyone's like on holiday here, so they're like people on like holiday act a fool. I feel
That
like.
means on vacation to you Americans.
Yeah, you Americans out there.
No, I prefer to say vacation, but yeah, they do act crazy, and for the most part, it's pretty good. But
Yeah, that is fun. I mean, it's cool.
yeah, people are annoying though.
But more about me.
Yeah, more about Corey. More about Corey. That was a long one.
I'll give you guys the baking update because I consider myself a baker now. This kitchen isn't the best, but it's a small oven.
You are a baker. Remember you made your mom a birthday cake?
Oh yeah, the Grammy's
Oh
Bonnie
yeah.
butter cake or whatever it is.
You're a baker.
Yes, and so I've been getting into it. I started a completely gluten-free sourdough starter, which we're going to attempt. My first attempt at bread was very bad. Very, very bad. The crust was good, but no rise. 11-11, everyone make a wish.
Oh, thanks. He's going to give you guys the good, the bad, the ugly of the breads he's made.
Yeah, so that was the first one I did. We're going to give it another attempt today. But some of the good ones I made were a gluten-free focaccia, which was phenomenal. I made it like 3 times. That one was really good. Some gluten-free dinner rolls. And then just regular sourdough English muffins, which were phenomenal. One good, I made like a buttery loaf of bread, and then one other that was a sourdough bread. And then last night,
The buns, did you say?
yeah, the buns. The rolls, those were good. Last night I wanted to make cinnamon rolls, and I was like, oh, I'll make them gluten-free, dairy-free. Let's see how it goes. Big failure. Like, I was trying to roll them over because you got to roll it over and make the rolls. Just wasn't happening. So I just took all the dough and then threw it into a pan and baked it. And then half of the cake, it turned into like a dinner or cinnamon roll cake, and I like forgot about it in the oven, and the top was completely burnt. But it like rose so much that I just ripped the top off, and then it was delicious after that.
It was so good, guys. I don't even know what he's talking about, how it was bad, but I guess it wasn't what he was trying to do.
Yeah, I might attempt some other sourdough stuff in the future. Maybe I should make a baking Instagram.
Yes, do
Corey
it, do
bakes.
it.
Yeah.
Do little videos of you. Um, I loved the English muffins so much. I think I only had one or two, but
The
I
English
tried
muffins
to
are so
avoid.
good.
Yeah, I try to avoid eating gluten, but I did have to have those, and they were better than, uh, what's that brand?
Uh,
I feel like it's on
Toll
the
House, Thompson,
no,
Thompson,
Thompson's, right?
Thompson. Yeah.
Better than that, and he made a sourdough that was super sour, and that's how I like my sourdough.
Oh my god.
He
Yeah.
didn't like it, and I loved it.
So
Anyways,
that's the bread talk of the week. And someone when we're not making bread, we're probably chilling at beaches. And two beaches we went to,
if we're not baking bread,
we're
we're
making bread.
we're breaking bread.
True. Or we're like making bread like dollar bills.
Breaking bread is a phrase.
Yeah,
Anyways,
most of our days off, or we'd go and hang out at the beach. And one day we went to Picnic Bay, and it was just like someone was throwing BBs at us. It was so windy.
yeah,
That wasn't that
we had
fun,
to
but
relocate to the
they had just every
grass.
single one of these bays has beautiful, nice rocks, and Picnic Bay is a nice one. They had a whole big like there was Picnic Bay markets the other day, which were
For
really cool.
race week, there's the sailing race week here. It's a huge event. Biggest weekend of the year, I guess.
Yeah, biggest weekend of the year where they sail their boats around the island. The harbors are all filled with sailboats and stuff like that. I wanted to go walk around the docks, see if I could get on one of the sailboats, but I just checked them out from afar. I was a little too late because they were all leaving as I was walking down there.
Yeah, but we did get to see some crew that were about our age. Felt like meeting below deck cast
Oh
members, but
yeah,
we did yoga on the esplanade with the good view of the beach. And they came out of a rental house and all were wearing Halloween
yeah.
costumes.
One was wearing like a ghillie suit. I
Yeah.
don't know what that was about, but
They started racing each other on
yeah
foot.
they when I saw all the boats leaving the harbor, like everyone was wearing like matching like crazy shirts, or like some were dressed up in like those inflatable costumes, and I don't know. I think the sailors make it all a big deal about race week and just all go nuts for it.
It looks super fun.
Yeah, it looked like it was an absolute
I
blast.
wanted to join the running races.
Yeah, well, we have to race. Remember?
Yeah, we have to
So put your
race.
votes in. Who do you think's faster? How far do you want the distance to be?
Sure,
Like 100 yards, or like
that's too far.
40 yards,
Yeah,
20 yards?
whatever they did.
That was probably like 20 yards.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna have a 20-yard race, Maxie and I, and who do you think will win? Put your votes in now.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, race week has been hectic. We actually got to see a bunch of actually most of the boats circumnavigating the island.
That was so
That was
cool. Yeah.
yesterday. We went out to go snorkel at Bremer Point, which
Earlier in the week, we stopped by there because there's like that spot, Bremer Point, is like a little walking trail where you feed rock wallabies, which are just basically small kangaroos. And you can go feed fish too at high tide. If you throw some bread out, fish will come up and eat it, like big parrotfish and other fish. And there's also a plane wreck there where you can, or a shipwreck, I'm not sure.
ship,
A
or maybe
shipwreck.
it could be both actually.
Yeah, and you can go snorkel out to it. So we wanted to go snorkel out to it, but when we got there was 300 boats like going so close to the snorkeling area.
Well, okay, so earlier that week we went to go feed the fish, but we forgot bread, so we just sat there and
Yeah.
like enjoyed the beautiful water and views. And then a loggerhead turtle just popped up out of nowhere, and it was the most magical thing.
Yeah.
So Corey's been like, I want to snorkel there, I want to snorkel there, I want to snorkel there. So there is a snorkel trail there. we decided to go, and like Corey said, 300 boats.
Yeah, so many.
Some motorboats were going through the snorkeling trail area.
Yeah, it was really cool to watch the boats, but I was like, I don't know if we should go out there right now. And eventually, like, the boats started going by, and there was less and less of them. And also, some other people started going snorkeling, so it's like, the bigger the group, the better it is. So we decided to hop in the water too.
Yeah.
The snorkeling isn't as good here as the West Coast. I think Exmouth in that area is just phenomenal snorkeling. But that Exmouth is just so remote. Like,
Yeah, I would go back to Exmouth to snorkel for sure. I think the whole like thing is that they say the Great Barrier Reef is dying, so yeah, it's
yeah.
not as wow as you'd kind of expect the Great Barrier Reef to be.
But a lot of people like say, "Oh, the Great Barrier Reef is dying because of like warming water," which I think is true. But outside of Cairns, they were saying that the runoff from the cane and banana farms is killing more of the coral reef than anything else.
Yeah, the spray, they spray for like certain mosquitoes and the cane toads, and
The
it's
cane
killing
toads,
all
yeah.
the coral. So that would make sense because that's where the Great Barrier Reef is.
Yeah. Oh, and a little fun fact about these cane toads. I don't know if we talked about it, but here's a little history lesson for everybody. So, I think they wanted to control the population of something. And I think it was either like some sort of bug, some sort of beetle that was killing the sugar cane plants. So one guy was like, "Well, let's bring in these toads. They eat beetles, and so they brought in the cane toads and released them into the cane fields, and it's been an absolute like
Menace to society.
yeah. So they're like poisonous, so nothing can eat them. Um,
And they're just killing all the wildlife.
they kill the
The
wildlife, and
birds.
they're spreading everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
They're big, guys. They're big.
And get this, they don't even eat the beetles that are on the cane plants. So basically, someone introduced these cane toads into the area for no reason.
My favorite part is that, like, how everyone in this whole area thinks that they are, like, so evil. And
Yeah.
the government introduced a bill or some, like, idea to introduce a new species to kill off the
Yeah.
cane toads, which also sounds like a terrible idea because that's how they got the cane toad problem.
Yeah, I think someone was telling us that the better solution would be like, you know how you deposit bottles here for like 10 cents? They should do like a cane toad killing program. For every cane toad you like hit with a golf club or kill, you get your 10 cents back.
Australians would do that. They love the bottle thing,
Yeah.
the bottle return. So, yeah,
So that was your little history lesson, but back to Magnetic Island.
we loved the snorkel. It was very warm waters.
The water is definitely better than Exmouth
Yeah, you
because
could stay longer.
yeah, it was a little chilly on the west coast, but here it's just so beautiful, and I don't know, it's been really nice. And another really nice beach that we spent some time at yesterday was Horseshoe Bay. And when we were coming around, so there's like this mountain pass you got to go through to get to the other side of the island. And when we were coming through, we were like, "Oh wow, they're doing controlled burns here." And yeah, so like half of a mountain was on fire. It looked like,
Yeah.
but we were like, "Oh, let's just go hang out. It's controlled. It's fine." And when we got down to the beach, we literally saw like the flames probably a mile away in the forest, which was pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
But also,
Raging.
there was a whole firefighter crew right there. The rural fire department. They were flying a drone, checking in on their burn.
I think that they were taking videos of themselves too on the beach, and I think Corey and I might be in the background of some of that footage.
Yeah, that'll be some good footage.
So that was cool. And our favorite beach, guys, we have a lot to say about our favorite beach so far.
Yes.
It's called Balding Bay, and we saw it on our hike last week when we went to Radical. We also stopped by Balding Bay, and we're like, oh, this beach is insane. We should have came here instead, but we'll come back to this beach. So we went back, and absolutely gorgeous. It's definitely still our favorite beach, but we learned a few things about this beach.
So we were walking where we like this beach is a big horseshoe like you, and we're like, oh, let's go to the left. There's really nice boulders over there where we could post up on and hang out. And so we were posted up there for a while, and then we look across, and like there's a group of boulders in the middle of the beach that's like kind of tucked away where the forest meets the beach. There's some boulders there, and just like meanders a man. And we're seeing a lot of skin on this man.
But he was like a very heavy man. So we're like,
Yeah, we didn't know if it was a pregnant woman or a man.
yeah, we're like, is this a man wearing a Speedo where he's just so heavy that you can't see
The Speedo.
his clothing?
Yeah. Turns out we got a little bit of a better look and no clothes. No
Yeah.
clothes whatsoever. And like that's all right, one guy doing it, yeah, that's kind of weird. Like sometimes people are just don't want to wear clothes at the beach, but like he was like walking out, like playing in the water a little bit, like
Yep.
I don't
Playing in
know.
the water.
Yeah.
And then we saw him talking to someone while he was naked, and we're like, oh my god, this poor girl, he's talking to her.
Yeah.
And then she looked like she was totally comfortable talking to him, and I said, maybe she's a nudist too, and maybe they're just like neighbors.
Yeah.
And they live on this beach naked or something. But she was wearing clothes. But then literally out of nowhere comes
Another two people completely naked.
Yeah, and they just start playing in the water, these adults.
Yeah, so at one point there was like 5 naked people on the other side of the beach. And we're sitting there like, what is going on? These guys got to be in a group or something.
At least another couple. So I think there were 2 naked couples and then this man.
Yeah. And then on our side of the beach, there was us and another couple clothed.
Yes. So they took the most beautiful beach and they turned it into a nudist beach, I guess.
Yeah, and then later on you asked your boss, like, oh, is Balding Bay a nudist beach? And she was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I forgot to tell you that.
Yeah. Apparently it's clothing optional, so it was chill if you wanted to wear clothes. I mean, let the record be known. I'm cool with you guys. If you're a fan of tanning nude, I'm a fan of it too. It sounds cool. Go for it. But I'm not a fan of people socializing naked and dancing in the water in front of other people naked, unless it's been like agreed upon that you're all friends and you're all doing that. Like, I don't know, but like strangers don't have to see that. I don't know.
Yeah. And then your boss also told us that there's another naked beach, but it's right next to the hostel on this one. So that one's definitely don't go to that one.
That one checks out.
We will not go to that one. We will go back to Balding Bay because we love it so much.
Yeah, maybe we'll go nude.
We will avoid the other nudists.
Yeah, like, I think it's fine to, like, tan naked, but, like, not with strangers looking at you. No.
Yeah, not for us.
No. And that's not something that I do, but I'm not completely hating on what they're doing, but just, like, the community aspect of nudist communities is very confusing to me.
Yes, yeah, and that's that. I want to go to the beach today. Maybe we should go back today.
Yeah, definitely.
Some other stuff that I've been doing is I'm just going to become a fitness YouTuber. I'm just going to record videos of myself working out every day and then posting them. And that's the goal. That'd be sick.
That's something that you'd be great at.
Yeah.
You influence my fitness, so you can you can influence everyone.
Yeah, so I've been recording some of our subscribe to me on YouTube, Corey King. Yeah.
Subscribe to me, Maxie King, as well. I'm going to be posting Australia videos.
Nice. Very good.
And I posted a video about an onion, and it has over 3,000 views.
Yeah, that was the biggest onion anyone's ever seen.
But yeah, so...
Things are going well. The cats are loving us.
Yeah, and Corey...
Especially...
I forgot to mention this earlier. The old cat, we call him Oldie, he loves Corey. It's so cute.
Yeah, it's actually so adorable. He's like 17 years young.
Yes.
And he just like he sleeps all day. Literally sleeps all day. And then in the evening when we're like gonna be relaxing and throw on the TV or something or just like getting ready for bed, he'll come up to me and just like curl around in my lap and fall asleep on me. It's so adorable.
I'll be making dinner and I'll walk over and he's just nuzzled up in Corey's arm or chest and Corey's just on his laptop. It's just so cute and cuddly.
Yeah, it is quite adorable. I've never had a cat do that. Usually cats are like, I don't want to talk to you, but this one is like giving me pats.
Yeah. Wow. I guess we're cat people now.
At this house, I'm definitely a cat person. The dog also loves me and literally follows me around every single step of the day. It's like no matter where you're going, it won't leave you alone.
Better you than me.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's because Corey feeds her, I think. So she's obsessed with him.
Oh, in
But
our walk yesterday morning, we saw the coolest bird.
yes, a blue-winged kookaburra. Corey saw the kookaburra,
Yeah.
a really big one sitting on the ground near the beach, and I was like, "Oh my god, it has aqua wings."
Yeah, never seen anything like it before.
Yeah, I've never ever seen that. I googled it, and it's a thing. It's called a blue-winged kookaburra, and it was gorgeous. Literally aqua blue wings. I didn't get a good video of the wings because it flew away, and it was just so pretty when it was flying away. But I'll post what I did get a good view of. And
Nice.
obviously, you guys already know we've been watching a lot of Below Deck.
Below Deck has got to be the best TV show, a reality TV show ever. It's just like, who would have thought putting all these crazy yachties on a boat, recording them, and having crazy guests would make good TV? But it's phenomenal. It's just like insane, these people. Like, the guests are insane, the crew is insane, just so much
The
fun to
chefs
watch.
are
The
insane.
chefs are insane, yeah.
It's
But
so good.
we're rewatching season 2 of Below Deck
Sailing
Sailing
Yacht.
Yacht, and it's just
Mind you,
pure.
I don't rewatch anything. I mean, maybe if Corey puts on an Office rerun, but I've never even seen The Office from like start to finish, so I don't know if that counts. I don't rewatch anything. And I am gladly rewatching this season of Below Deck
Yeah.
Sailing Yacht. It's so good.
We one day want to charter a Below Deck yacht, so if you're interested, just DM us. We'll bring you.
Yep. Maybe you'll be a guest.
Yeah, we'll cause some havoc.
And we might have some visitors this week. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, some people we met back in Townsville, Maxie's been keeping in touch with, and they might send it out to the island.
Yeah, Charlotte and Giacomo. And hopefully they come see us and
Yeah.
we'll give them a good tour before they move on to a different area of Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll keep you updated on what we do with them if they come.
Oh, and there was this big like island adventure. It's called like call it a race, but it's more just like a group hike or group adventure. It's called the Great Island Trek, and I messaged the lady like right before we got to the island to see if she needed any like if she had a job for me or anything like that. But basically, it's a 15-mile or 10-mile hike around all the trails on the island. And it was sold out at the time. And I messaged the lady and I was like, "Hey, can you fit us in?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'll try," but didn't really sound any promising. But just last night, Maxie found like this Facebook group for the Great Island Trek, and boom, we got 2 discounted tickets. So we're doing a Great Island Trek.
Yeah, it actually was amazing because I think that they were $77 each, but there are a bunch of people in the Facebook group selling their tickets, but only one girl, the most recent post, she posted that she's happy to sell them for 50 each. And so we got an over 50.
Yeah, we got $50 off.
We got
$54.
$54
Yeah.
off. Yeah, so bought her tickets and we're going to be doing the 10-mile hike.
Yeah, it's gonna be good fun, and it's cool that it goes like right around, like just a really cool exploration around the island and good old fun. We're excited for it. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
we've
funny.
been kind of running the trails, hiking the trails already, but it'll be cool to do it with like a just giant group of people. And
Yeah, it's funny because Corey really wanted to sign up for this, and then like this lady was kind of not the best organizer of it, and he lost steam, and I was like, I want to do it. I want to do
yeah,
it. So that's a shocker
yeah.
that
So
I'm the one that got us to do this race. Well, it's not a race; it's an adventure.
yeah, that's the slogan. Not a race, but an adventure. And then if like I would try to win it if they had prizes, but I don't think they have any prizes. And I don't think I could win it either. Because I met, on one of my runs, I met this guy who was running as well. And, like, I passed him going up the hill, but then, like, eventually I got to a viewpoint and we caught up and chatted for a bit. And I was like, "Oh, how, like, where did you go? Where are you coming from?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm 30 kilometers in." And I was like, I was only, like, 10 like 8 kilometers in or like 4 miles in. So this dude has been running all day, basically running a marathon in the hills. And yeah, so I feel like there's a lot of people like that on this island who just train these trails every day and are just like run around the island like it's nobody's business.
Maybe one day we'll come back and you'll sign up to win.
Yeah,
You gotta train for it.
yeah, I gotta train for it. Gotta train for everything. Train for life.
You're ready.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
But
an avid life liver.
I think that's really it for this week, guys. I'm trying to think of anything else that is coming to my head.
No, my boss is gonna cover my shift so I could do the Great Island trek,
That's
and then
nice.
I'll pick up another shift. But yeah,
Easy stuff. Thank you guys so much for listening. It's a pretty short episode this week, but
hope you enjoyed it.
hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was entertaining, and hope you have a good day.
Have a good day. Love you.